Here, I'm gonna start going in three, two, one. It's technically live on YouTube, assuming it loads. Maybe. Going live. Okay, it says it's live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another University stream. We're 20 minutes late because I love OBS and experience no pain and suffering when trying to work with computers. But at last, the stream's finally live. We've got a short cast today, it seems, but maybe people will pop in. If not, I can yell at them later. We currently have Momo, Jack the Hero, and Patrick Robery. Momo, would you like to say something?
No one cares for us anymore, and that's why we're here.
You've lost your relevance already. Okay, Jack.
Yes.
Jack, would you like to say something?
Jack died.
Hello,
We just killed Jack.
hello everyone.
Sorry, Laser.
I
know you had
love
so much
video
faith in Jack, but me and
Let Jack talk.
Shut up, Pat!
Anyway, I'm Jack the Hero. I love video games, crossovers with other things, and art.
Oh wow, he's a person on the internet. Yeah, but yeah, there's Jack. He's a fun guy. Shoot, it's been a while since we've had you on a stream to talk about an episode due to just bad scheduling.
Yeah.
Darn those Saturday work hours. But and then so thankfully we got Jack this time, and we also have the one of our usuals, Patrick Robery. Would you like to say hello?
No, I'm not going to say the H word. We don't say the H word here anymore. It's a banned word.
You can say hello without the H.
Yes, like all other English.
Hola. I'm going to say hola. Hola.
Hola.
Hola.
You don't pronounce the H.
I'm saying it backwards because I'm just like that.
That's what we do in Britain. We say everything backwards.
I mean, I've my done backwards, but still.
So it's the British thing to do. But anyway, assuming that everything's running fine, I can start properly. I know the tweet's out, so I just want to make sure it's getting.
It's working.
Yeah, things are working. I'm just in pain. But other than that, we're doing okay.
You should take an ibuprofen.
Yeah, that sounds like effort. So maybe
Laser, you need to just draw yourself in the everything is fine meme.
Yeah, really, I should. And everything around me should be like it should be like the Rift City assets that I make, that my computer, my just everything I have to like painfully set up to get these streams going, because as a professional, I will get things ready in advance about an hour ahead of time, and then they'll all break when I get back to them when it's time to stream.
And then it should be me opening the door going, hello!
Hello. Like, hey, Laser, did you get that stuff done yet? I'm just like, I'm working on it. It's gonna happen one day.
Just whips him in the background.
Oh boy. But anyway, so we're talking about Rainbow Roadtrip for the enlightened individuals. It was the most recent special, which is technically a film because it reached an hour in time. So it's technically a film by time, but it feels more like an episode than a film.
Yeah, I'm not even going to deny that. It is just an episode that is extended far too long.
It's an over-glorified episode.
Exactly. That is what it is. I really,
Momo, could you mute yourself, or I'm gonna forcibly mute you?
I apologize.
There we
go. I really do like the idea of this episode. It's just it is 45 minutes longer than it should ever been.
45 minutes. Wait a second. But the episode's only like what, an hour long?
When you think about it, there's so much. It's just so dragged out in so many parts.
Yeah.
Some parts I do generally like, but other bits are like the first scene of them getting on the hot air balloon and then getting there takes far too long. It should could have been so much quicker. It should have been Rainbow getting a letter and then just getting there. with a few explanation, them spending far too much was just.
Well, I feel like they could. The opening song, I feel like, would be fine to keep. It's just I think they probably spent like a solid 2 to 3 minutes just getting in the air balloon and leaving.
Yeah, which they
Yeah.
just didn't need.
Yeah. Like, cause there was nothing happened in the air balloon. There was no like, nothing of substance happened getting to the air balloon. They just hopped in.
99 bottles of pop.
What?
Take one down, pass it around.
Oh, well, yes, there was that, but that was in the air balloon. And I feel like that joke was fun and whatnot, but it was also,
You've done that joke before as well.
yeah, I'm trying to
Sweet
remember. It sounded familiar, but they added to this time because she finally got to 1 and then said 6 times too many. So, like, I feel there was more substance to this time.
True, but there is only, we should rename this special because Rainbow Road Trip is a lie. Because when it's not a road trip, they take an air balloon.
Yeah.
They
And then
can't
they only go
drive.
to one place.
They didn't get their licenses, so they can't drive yet. That
And
makes
so
sense.
the rainbow only happens at the end. You know what it should be changed to? It should be changed to My Little Pony. Kerfuffle is best pony. Kerfuffle is best pony. Kerfuffle is just
Cuffleffle is best pony.
yes. Can we just change the stream to Kerfuffle, the Kerfuffle appreciation stream?
The kerfuffle.
99 bottles of
I
pop.
could add that to the description, I think, maybe. It depends on whether or not YouTube is any good these days, which it probably
Take
isn't.
one down, pass it around. 98 bottles of pop and more. 98 bottles of pop. 98 bottles of pop.
Does anyone know how to spell kerfuffle?
C-U-double-F.
C-U...
L-E-double-F.
L-E...
L-E.
Wait, double F-E... Okay.
So it's cuff, like as in
Kerfuffle, yeah, kerfuffle is, so what are we adding to this? It's kerfuffle is...
and then, so it's cuff, then
appreciation stream.
fluffle.
Appreciation...
Oh no.
Stream.
Oh no, it's the wizard.
The
Hey,
wizard.
Wizard.
Hello.
Hey, Wolfie.
I'm doing a Kerfuffle
There we go.
appreciation stream.
Yeah.
Let's appreciate Kerfuffle.
Welcome to the appreciation of Kerfuffle.
Our
State your name.
Our Lord and Savior, Kerfuffle.
Oh, jeez.
State your name and why you are here.
Zelda Wolfgang, and because I felt like it.
Alright, seems legit.
Loving your mic.
Excuse me?
Loving the mic.
The mic is really fine. I really don't see an issue with it.
No, I'm not like, I'm actually complimenting.
Okay, you're being genuine. Okay.
Yeah!
Yeah, we're just so used to you being sarcastic.
I will find all of you.
I mean, the
And
only
slap you with a fist.
is me, and I'm kind of scared of that, but also aroused by that at the same time. So I'm not
This is a
Too much info.
child-friendly stream.
Yeah.
you sure we're talking about Kerfuffle.
Stop.
What? Oh,
Kerfuffle's best pony for one good reason.
what?
The thing that begins with P.
No, she's the only character who always has wood.
Oh.
It's not wood.
Is it not?
Are you?
It's metal.
I've always
Well,
known
it is to be metal. Let me have a look at
I
Kerfuffle.
think it's wood and metal.
Hey, shoot, sorry. I'm a bit confused. What are we on about now?
We're still on about Kerfuffle.
We're
And
still
the
talking about Kerfuffle.
yes.
Kerfuffle.
Oh, we spelled Kerfuffle wrong.
I don't care. I can't be bothered right now. I'm busy doing too many things. I'm trying to get more images.
Okay, there is.
So the Breezy can't
apologize.
bother to get to look something up while finding image.
No, literally, I am trying to get more images for the slideshow because whenever a new episode comes out, you have to wait at least 5 months before there is a good selection of screenshots, and it's quite infuriating.
And also,
Yeah, I know that feeling.
I know, and it doesn't have that a lot of spoilers are going around, so he probably doesn't want to avoid. He wants to avoid them as well.
barely spoilers, mate.
I'm just trying to find good screenshots because it's
There's
just like
loads. If you go on Derpy Board, it's just full of.
I mean, there's nothing to spoil.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is.
I don't think it's much of a spoiler if you were
This
to
special's been out for like
Ooh.
a while.
yeah, but
True.
apparently it's still not long enough for Google to have good search results.
No. I'm talking about the fact that there's a ton of leaked episodes and their
so
pictures
where's
on
the setting?
Derpy Board at the
Where's
moment.
the button?
They're leaking all the episodes on Derpy Board, and it makes it fucking hard to find actually
Oh,
episodes.
language. All right, that's you heard it, folks. That's the only F-bomb we're allowed to use. Patrick foolishly wasted.
Ah!
Yeah, that was
That-
PG.
That's a
PG-13.
PG-13 rating. We can't say it again, or else it becomes technicality an R-rated session, and we can't do that. So thanks.
Screw
Patrick.
PG.
So
are
thanks
you gonna be
Patrick
like
for ruining for
Wasting.
wasting our
English.
one F-bomb.
Ah.
Now everyone has to watch themselves because Patrick was foolish enough. But anyway,
Oh,
moving on.
kerfuffle.
Yeah, kerfuffle's
Oh,
great.
jeez.
So would anyone like to go first and give their opinions?
But Cuffleffle isn't here yet. We have to wait for Cuffleffle.
Ah, jeez, I'm crow.
You can't start the stream without Cuffleffle.
I've sent a
Nah,
picture of
come
kerfuffle.
on.
What you did? I don't see it.
It's in PicVid.
Okay. Oh, that's a PNG. That's probably not.
I know, but it's a picture of
I
kerfuffle
know,
with her.
I'm aware.
Oh, that
Computers are
character.
annoying.
She
There's
was
supposed to be a button here that lets me do the thing I want to do, but it's not here anymore. What's the thing you want to do? There's supposed to be
99
a
bottles
screen
of beer.
capture image button, and it's not here.
Okay,
Take
later.
one down, pass it around.
I will start the discussion about this special
Oh, there it is. Found it.
because I feel nice and I feel like we should at least discuss some things about.
That's
Talk about the episode. Wow, crazy idea.
The issue is, I think I can see why people are so to talk about this special because when you really think about this special, it's not special.
Ooh,
And
shots
Yes.
fired.
But
No,
I
I
mean,
agree with that, though.
But yeah,
but I mean that in the nicest way possible, though, because I don't hate it though. I generally do like this special because
I loved it.
It's
Yeah, I
a
thought it was
nice,
pretty good.
slow-paced episode that takes its time,
Mhm.
that builds up characters that we generally do like Kerfuffle, like the mayor, like his wife that he's gonna bang later.
Stop.
Oh,
How many? Patrick,
PG!
you're literally the reason we have like rules to govern what people say during these streams. It's because of your existence.
yeah, man, come
I
on.
didn't mean it like that. He's literally gonna bang
Stop,
the
stop,
tiny
stop.
Well,
wife.
they're
Stop,
gonna have.
we
I
get
mean, they're gonna
it.
have
Get it.
kids.
We get it. You could write your fan fiction later, but not on stream.
Why can't I do both?
Because there are children potentially watching this in the future.
Ah,
And also, why am I not? Why am I not in the stream?
Oh,
I see
did you send
for
me
you
your
guys.
asset? That's the issue.
Oh, hang on. I'll PM it to you.
Yeah. Wait. Okay, I've got a version of it. Let me add it to the OBS.
I was gonna say.
Can I carry on?
Well, that one's on me because I'm like, whilst the stream is going on, I'm flipping through like 3 different programs to try to get things to do what I want them to do, and I'm just having a hard
it's
time.
okay, BB.
I'm gonna carry on with what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
The
go
first
ahead.
song about the mayor song, I find it's okay. It's a nice, gentle song that explains everything perfectly fine. It's reasonable. The issue is that's all it really is. It's a perfectly fine explanation song. There's not really much of a song to it. It's more plot than song, and that's my biggest problem with it.
It's
just
a big exposition dump.
yeah, as a song. I can understand why they've done that.
But it's good in a
They're
way.
trying
It's a good thing.
trying to ride on the success of the Kieran song because that's kind of the same thing.
Mhm.
And I feel like they're trying to roll off that success, even though I'm not a big fan of that song, and I know a lot of people are going to hate me for saying that.
Don't worry. We'll send you. Don't worry. We'll send you mean comments later.
And memes.
Well, yeah.
But
It
I think we
disguised as memes will be a bunch of hateful comments.
think
Done.
Cuffleffle is the best character because the other characters don't get enough screen time. The issue with the special is it's kind of similar to the season 1 finale in a weird way, where each character has their own little story that all that all join up at the end, if that makes sense. You have Rainbow Dash helping the two ponies. You have Rarity helping Cuffleffle, which is the best thing about the episode. You have Applejack being Applejack. You have Applejack literally does nothing in this special.
No. She's the only one that actually helps economically because she fixes the sign.
Fair point, actually. Fair point. You have Fluttershy and Pinkie Pie making.
Well, wait, and you forgot one thing. Applejack's the one person that tells Twilight that that they're fixing the problem by being helpful. Applejack was the only one that was smart enough to actually notice when things were changing back to color.
Yeah, honestly.
Applejack was the only one who was actually paying attention. Everyone else was like so self-absorbed with their individual plans, none of them noticed the graffiti they were leaving around by recoloring things.
And that's why.
I just feel like they split every character off, and those little stories are fine, and how they join up at the end is fine. But you're meant to have this big celebration at the end, and it kind of falls a bit flat for me, because I might sound insane for saying this, but the second song, the ending song, why does that sound like Everything Is Awesome from the Lego Movie?
I haven't watched the Lego Movie.
Oof, hasn't seen the Lego Movie. How long is it?
Same.
Jeez, what are you people doing? Why didn't you do what I did? And when they made Lego,
it's called work.
But what they made Lego, they made Lego Movie free to watch on YouTube for like 1 day.
Didn't know.
And then if you were clever like me, used a YouTube downloader and still have it saved on your computer. Because I was too lazy to delete
FBI.
FBI open up. Oh,
I can't explain it, but the second song does sound like the Lego Movie. And that takes away from the second song, especially the fact that the second song just seems to go on and on and on. I think there's two reasons why I think that song goes on. One, for toys, and two, to make sure. Do you remember the old My Little Pony blind bags they did back in the day?
I think so.
They recolored versions of all the characters. This episode's made it all canon now. Made all those blind bags canon. When you really think about it.
That's just bad for me.
Do that anyway.
I was gonna say, the thing of it is that if you actually notice in a lot of characters, for example, every character is always going to be a recolor of each other. They always use the same exact puppet. And they just basically put so many colors over it.
Important to the plot.
Yeah, unless the character's important to the plot.
They care. But like background ponies are literally just like they're like Frankenstein monsters of assets. It's like, okay, we're gonna take this body type and put this mane on it and this tail and change it to this color, and look, it's a brand new OC.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
They use pony creator confirmed.
Oh, jeez, no, no, burn it with fire, kill it with fire.
Oh, boy.
Too far.
Not a bad thing.
Yeah,
it kind of is.
At heart, it isn't that bad, but it's the fact that it gets abused and used to make garbage. But anyway, moving on.
I don't think that's the bad thing. I think the thing is, it's a good thing as a starting point. It's a good reference. You don't use it for all your things, though.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just gets far too much hate. But following on what I was going to say about the special, I kind of am glad that this isn't the sequel to the film, because it doesn't feel like a sequel. It doesn't feel like a... I think it's a nice... Like they couldn't make this a big finale because we got the big finale coming later in the year with, well, any point of the year. It could be any point with China leaking everything at the moment.
China.
But yeah, China's leaking episodes left, right, and flipping center. We've already got episode 20, apparently.
That's odd. Anyway, back in America, where we don't leak things as much.
Lies.
Have you heard of Donald Trump?
Stop! No! We're not going down this
No,
path.
Trump.
We're moving
We're
forward.
not getting
You just
political.
said.
We're talking about ponies where everything is happy, lovely, and nothing bad
He
can ever
leaps
happen.
down the side of the wall.
Yeah, sunshine, gumdrops, and rainbows.
Yes, Kerfuffle is best present. Now let's move on.
No.
It's-
No.
Oh, but anyways, but yeah, Patrick, would
there's
you like
two
to
things I
continue?
really
If you
like
make
about
any
this
more
special.
politicized comments, I'm gonna kick you from this call.
Didn't make any political comments.
Oh,
So.
yeah, I know. But anyway, continue with the episode.
There's two things I really like: the animation, the way they show off color, but in a weird way. Because when they start there, it's all grayscaled, but it's all cleverly grayscaled, and how the characters act within that color and act without that color are two different aspects to their characters. And Cuffleffle is one of my favorite things about the special because of that, of how she feels the color, how she can sense it, but
But yeah, I
I
think
bet
that
you-
was clever because they definitely shoot like shoot, my sister was talking about like with people that work from that make anime, they have to have really good sense of black and white because they use the manga, which is always black and white, as a sense of color. So
Also, rest in peace, children.
yes. Anyway,
In Kyoto.
indeed.
Oh.
But yeah, moving on. But with that is so the grayscale in the episode is actually really, so it looks like they actually made all of the assets in color, then put a filter over it so that there's a different tint or hue of gray to associate with every color.
Yeah, I
think
noticed
that's
that.
really clever. My second favorite thing is obviously Kerfuffle. Let's talk about Kerfuffle and
No.
how they deal with what is probably my second favorite disabled character in MLP. But Scooter Loop being my favorite.
I was gonna say-
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. I was about to say, what other disabled characters are there? I
Wait,
know there was
Scooter
one
Loop?
Make-A-Wish character that was inserted in the trading episode.
Yes, there was. I think there was like one more Make-A-Wish character in Top Bolt, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I only know about the one from the trading episode because he had like a handicapped thing, which was honestly like a really cool design how the show incorporated that. But anyway, back to Kerfuffle because everyone likes Kerfuffle because she can do no wrong.
To be honest with you, I'm not a really big fan of Kerfuffle, but I can see why everyone likes her.
Yeah.
I love the
All right.
aesthetic of her leg. I love how she's disabled, but nobody addresses it. I love how it's just brushed off as just a normal thing, and I love that. It's just really nice to see a disabled character just treated like any other character, and that's really nice to see. They don't have to make a big sing-a-dong about it. They don't even have to mention it. They just carry on as if it's normal, and I love that.
I was gonna say it's probably just like a polite thing to do, I guess.
Yeah. But even then, like, it's nice to. What Patrick's getting at is that it's just normal. There's nothing to like say about it. It's just there, so it's a really creative design because of how they designed the leg and whatnot, as well as the fact that they're not making a big fuss over it as. And they had a similar thing with the hippogriff pirates. I'm sorry.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
because she
she
was
wasn't really a
disabled too,
hippogriff.
but it made a bit more sense in that instance
Griffins,
because it was
right?
a pirate, so it's like, oh, the peg leg was it's a pirate stereotype. But being here where this character is not being a stereotype of anything, she's just an average pony who just happens to be missing a leg, is really nice because it seems so normal and natural, and there's nothing strange or off-putting about it. She's just there.
Did you just
they
call her a
with-
pony? You called her
No.
a pony.
Kerfuffle's the pony that I was talking about.
Okay, I was gonna say.
With the hippogriff, it's a pirate stereotype, the peg leg, so it seems fine
Actually-
there.
Actually, sorry to nitpick, but according to some sources, the pirate species are actually harpies.
That's
Wait,
cool.
from that episode?
Oh yeah, that's interesting.
I mean, from the movie, I mean.
Yeah. From the movie, they're
but
harpies.
again, that doesn't really, okay, good fun fact, but like that doesn't change that the peg leg is still a stereotype for pirates. Wow.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Well, Kerfuffle is just an average person who happens to miss a leg, and the design for the leg's actually really cool because it still greatly resembles a hoof. But and then with it is it's not like heavily it's not talked about or like mentioned. No one really cares about it, which is what makes it so nice. Is that is it's a disabled person in a completely normal setting, and no one's making a fuss about it.
Someone is going to be angry
Other than
because
that, I just think the special was far too long for what it
Wait,
was.
wait, here. Sorry to stop you there. Jack, could you finish your thought?
oh yeah, someone is someone is definitely going to make a fuss that they're not making a fuss because
Maybe, but even then, it's not.
That is
Maybe
special
somewhere else, but
point.
definitely not in the Rift City. Because I don't think we've like ever, not to brag or anything, but I don't think we've ever had like hate comments. We're not popular enough to attract that kind of crowd.
oh no, I'm not talking about anyone in Rex
Yeah,
City.
yeah. Well, I wasn't saying the Rift
Yeah.
City, but saying like the viewers. But yeah, I suppose. But there's some people that complain about everything, so well.
I mean,
I
everyone's gonna complain about something.
Yeah, true.
Jack, I hate to say this, but I actually can't hear Jack at all.
What?
Wait,
Oof.
Oh wait, your audio for Jack that's why you keep accidentally talking over him.
Yeah,
Oh.
I can't always hear him for some reason.
Oh, that is curious.
Oh,
Have you
shoot.
tried logging out of the call then relogging in and see if that fixes
I'll
it?
try that.
Yeah, okay, because I was about
Oh,
that makes a lot more sense now. I thought Patrick
Good
was just
riddance!
being over enthusiastic as per usual. All right, Patrick, did it work?
You win, son.
Jack, can you talk?
can you hear me,
Nope, I
Pat?
cannot hear him.
You can't.
Wow,
damn.
We
that's
can't hear
Alright,
him.
here.
weird.
Shit, that's gonna be okay. We'll try to work around it. So I'll just be Patrick's ears, just for when Jack's trying to say something.
Sorry,
All right.
Jack, I wasn't trying to be rude.
But yeah, okay. Let's try to trudge through Patrick's section real quick, so that hopefully we don't have any further issues. So Patrick, anything else you'd like to add?
Basically, I just thought it didn't need to be as long as it needed to be. It could have been like 30-minute or 40 minutes. It was too long for what it was. It was still enjoyable, and I love how it was just a nice, gentle adventure. And it might be the last time we see the main six do a adventure like this, where they're not really challenged by an evil or really challenged by anything that superstitious or anything world breaking. It's a nice, gentle adventure, and I know some people really do like that, and I think I do appreciate that when they do something like this. But I think it's still too long, and I think the songs could have easily been a bit better. I think that's the issue. I think that's the special in a nutshell. It could have been better. I wish it was shorter, but what we got was fine.
Okay.
I actually didn't mind the songs being. I actually didn't really mind the songs. I really did enjoy them.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think the songs were enjoyable. The opening, I think, like, the opening was very basic, especially for the lyrics, but it was still a fun, upbeat thing. And I think it was just nice to listen to something other than the My Little Pony theme. Because, like,
Yeah.
I'm one of the people that still watch, like, watch it every single time. But, like, even, 9 seasons, man, and to me, it's finally getting old.
It took you 9 seasons to make sure it's finally old.
Yeah.
It was kind of already getting old at round.
Yeah.
Good.
But yeah, so like, and I was okay. Mainly, I also just sort of watch it because I find it silly that people complain about it. But like, it's just they after 9 seasons, the intro is hardly changed. The music is exactly the same. Just the animation looks a bit different with other little, fine details they've chucked in. So having something else to listen to was like really invigorating, as well as the fact that the animation was different because it was its own intro. So like that to me was a really nice breath of fresh air. Even though the song was probably just as basic as the My Little Pony intro, it's just so much better to hear something else and see something else.
Hmm.
But yeah.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, Kara. Go ahead.
Huh?
I thought Zalman was saying something.
I was gonna also somewhat give out some of my thoughts. I like the fact they used the movie animation. Actually, it was a really nice way of actually using other types of animation than just the normal what is it called?
DHX.
The normal DHX animation. Using this version, I forgot what this one was called.
I don't know what
Which company was it again?
No,
Huh?
I don't know.
Cute and cuddly.
Could you repeat that?
It's the cute and cuddly animation.
The cute cuddly animation.
Okay, we'll just call it cute and cuddly animation. But the cute and cuddly animation was really actually suits the special. Actually, that's how I see it. And each character did actually contribute to another character very well, like the twins looking up to Rainbow Dash and wanting to be like the Wonderbolts and all that, or the mayor basically struggling with trying to make everybody around him happy and following in his family's footsteps, but secretly in love with the librarian, of course. And the librarian was such a great supporting character, of
Can
course.
we just say secretly in quotation marks? Like, I mean, there wasn't
Yeah,
much,
like he wasn't
there
subtle
wasn't
at all.
much secrecy about it.
Yeah.
Well, either way,
Yeah. Yeah, continue.
what's another great part of the aspect? Also, Cuffleffle was actually really adorable, of course, and it's actually nice that you can still see colors even in the gray side of things.
Mhm.
It's actually a really nice touch.
Yeah.
The only minor issue I had was like the fact that it was kind of predictable of how they were going to solve everything. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy that they didn't use this, oh, I'm this evil villain, I'm going to destroy everything or take away your colors.
Yeah.
It was all a misunderstanding, but it was kind of obvious how they were going to get it back to normal. Just basically make everybody happy, run the festival again, make sure everyone gets along.
The true enemy was depression. That was the real enemy of the episode.
So that's like a true modern
Cutting deep.
enemy then.
Oof.
Like modern day evils are depression.
Yeah, modern day evil is mental illness, depression, anxiety. That's what it all comes down to. This episode was just because it was like the I think the resolve was the rainbows were there because of hope in the Hope Hollow. So it's literally just the lack of interest and everyone being sad is what made the color go away.
Also,
Depression, anxiety, and everything else. This is the things you need to make the next Rift City member.
Oh god.
I just realized something.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice.
Patrick, Jack's talking.
Okay, so I just realized something with the name Hope Hollow. Okay, so who here has played Kingdom Hearts?
Yes, I mean it's in my name.
Yes.
Right. Okay, so you know how Hollow Bastion was originally named Radiant Garden.
Yes.
The fact that Hope Hollow was originally named End of the Rainbow, and then the name got changed to Hope Hollow. Kind of reminds me of the whole thing with Hollow Bastion. Something bad happens and turns the town bleak and stuff, and then the name changes with it. Kind of reminds me of that scenario.
Now that you mention it, it does kind of remind me of that.
Yeah. I mean, shoot, both names have the word hollow in their name.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone that doesn't know anything about Kingdom Hearts, this whole conversation just went over everyone's heads.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, but Omega likes Kingdom Hearts apparently.
I could hear half the fucking conversation.
Hey, you can't use those. You can't use those fancy words. We've already exerted our F words, sir. I'm gonna have to. You're gonna get a little letter in the mailbox with your $500 fine. Just letting you know.
Oh my god.
All right. Anyway, shoot. Gosh, backtracking a bit. So, Patrick, do you have like an overall rating for the episode, and then I'll let Zelda continue talking.
Rating, didn't I? 6 kerfuffles out of 10 kerfuffles.
That's a pretty good rating. That's a lot of kerfuffles.
So
yeah. So Zelda,
with each
continue.
yeah, with each character actually basically interacting with their somewhat similar characters. Now that I think about it, it kind of reminds me of each of the key episodes. Notice that each character has to either contribute to their elements there, or they basically meet the character that's somewhat similar to them, or they're polar opposite, and they somewhat help them out and show them or teach them something.
Yeah.
Mm.
I think that was, but that's sort of like to me that like yes, it relates to the keys, but I feel like which I think is the only proper time, but it's a very like, to me it seems like a very rundown idea that like a lot of people have, each character has their own personal like struggle and or like conflict that they have to resolve, and for a lot of shows it's really run down. So in this case, being that they're done so quickly, it's like, yeah, it's nice and all. I think for the special it's good, but to me it seems really like the overall episode was slow, but like these little bits were pretty quick. It was just like, here's the problem, I'm the main six, it's fixed now. Like they put a little flex tape on it and it's all patched up.
Well, I mean, this is a short special anyway, and it's
Yeah.
got to be ended in so much time.
Yeah, but
That's a lot of damage.
Yes. But I think what Patrick was saying earlier was because it was so long, like parts of it could have been spent. Like there was a lot of walking that didn't need to happen. We could have just cut straight to the problem to have more
Like
time.
the
with
Suicide
the problem.
Squad.
Oh,
Well, the thing
no.
of it is that I was gonna say the thing of it is that they got to figure out what is the problem and how they're gonna solve it. That's the point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I know it seems like padding and all, but at the same time, like if they already knew what the problem was and then figured out immediately in a snap of a finger, then no Thanos meme.
Yeah,
Insert
insert Thanos theme. Yeah.
If it was solved quickly, then we would have probably like probably 10 minutes short.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
But also, just a side note, Trans Gamer actually made a comment. The hopeless magic has been in the series because when Twilight lost hope, when Discord shoot was winning, when you sort of like when Discord corrupted all of the ponies, Twilight just got sad. She just turned gray out of pure depression. So like this actually, which is an MLP theory writers to your keyboards, this is actually a pretty interesting topic because even though Discord sort of like corrupted the other main six, Twilight, she just lost faith in her friends and herself, and that's what turned her gray.
Got that continuity in there, my boys.
Yeah.
Continuity.
Trans Gamer not even in the call, but already thinking more than everyone else in the call.
We can't say the same word because his great and powerful will come down on us and C&D us.
What?
Or do some tax collecting.
I'm so confused. But anyway, shoot. But yeah, that was just something I noticed in the chat. That was a very interesting thought. Zalm, you can continue.
It's also nice showing each of the colors, of course, and each character like being side by side with their exact color coordination, of course, for like Rainbow Dash with blue, Applejack with orange, Pinkie Pie with pink. You probably get where I'm going with this. But another thing I actually like was, I know this might be some bias to me, but however, you gotta admit, those rainbow wings from Twilight, I know it's basically Hasbro saying buy our toys and all that, but you gotta give them that. They are looking really amazing wings, and you gotta give Cuffleffle that. She did a pretty good job designing
being that
those wings.
She stitched like wing sleeves that also glow in the dark. So yeah, like the fact that you just start glowing is some sort of magic in itself.
But Twilight doesn't actually have the best outfit. Fluttershy does because she has yellow socks.
Oh no! Yeah.
You mean wasn't it red leggings?
Yeah, she got leg warmers, which I thought was concerning. When I saw those, I'm like, ugh.
I think it was a wink to the audience.
Yeah,
wink.
Literally, I was just like, taking a wet washcloth, dabbing the sweat off of my forehead, be like, Jesus, the fandom. What they're
Let
gonna do
me
with
just
this.
meme.
But everyone else was fine, but like, Fluttershy, they were just begging for trouble when they made it.
They're gonna make completely innocent pictures of it.
Yes, 100% innocent.
Oh,
Tumblr,
yeah, of
Tumblr
course.
safe images. They will be there. Don't worry, Tumblr safe.
Don't worry, it's always don't worry, Laser. It's always the shy ones.
Oh no!
Oh, jeez.
Hey Zelda, could you keep talking and maybe Patrick will shut up and stop ruining the
Okay,
stream?
so another great thing about this special, I also like the mayor's conflict. Basically, again, he sees everything being all gray, and he really wants to try to get everybody happy again, or try to make sure the town is all what's the word I'm going with?
Colorful, happy, uplifting.
Yeah, I guess that's where I'm going for. But you got to understand his position, of course. I mean, especially this is kind of like a family business thing. It sort of started with his grandfather, and then his dad, and now him, of course, and possibly after the mayor and the librarian, probably that child as well.
It goes, my father pushed the button, and his father before him, and his father before him. So gosh darn it, son, you're gonna push the rainbow button.
Wrong lever!
But Daddy, I don't want to push the button. I want to be a dancer.
Just push the button.
Fun? Is it the nuclear codes button?
Oh no!
Well, it kind of was actually. I mean, you pushed the button, and after that, it kind of was like a big explosion and taking everybody's colors away.
Explosion, yeah.
Oh god.
But it would be funny. The kid turns into an emo and doesn't like rainbows. That would be great.
Oh god, that would be quite.
New
disturbing.
special emo kid doesn't want to push the rainbow button. Coming to a Hasbro near you.
No, what we call Maud Pie.
Oh no.
Oh jeez.
Patrick.
Or you mean Inky Rose? Actually, she's actually an emo.
No,
Yeah.
not like Glimmer. She's an emo. That's
Oh.
Dude, Patrick's gonna get so many. Patrick's gonna be the only person who gets really funny DMs.
He's going to
this.
get mobbed.
Oh, don't worry,
Patrick's gonna
Patrick.
show
I
up
know how
at a
you feel. I got
convention.
DM'd as well because I just stated my opinion about Starlight, so don't feel bad.
Yeah.
I like Starlight Glimmer.
But anyway, yeah, this isn't the Starlight Glimmer show, unlike season 8. So let's press on.
Oof.
You mean
That's a lot of damage.
Oh boy. Okay, so Zelda, any more thoughts?
Zelda?
He's dead.
We
controversy killed him.
Sorry about that. I had something to take care of.
Oh no, you're fine. Okay, I was afraid the Rabid Starlight fans finally got to you.
Oh no. I just had something to take care of.
Okay.
So actually, you want to know another best part about this? There was no Starlight Glimmer in this episode.
Actually, that
makes it so much better.
She cameoed in the beginning. I saw it.
No,
I saw her.
No,
she was alive.
No.
I felt it.
Nope, no Starlight. Nope, I didn't see no Starlight, so no Starlight. Nope.
Laser, you should put Starlight on the chat now and just.
I could. Actually, what I could do to go further. Let me just open up OBS and quickly open up a Google tab.
Oh god.
What is up with some people's?
I think he doesn't like Starlight Glimmer, but I think I secretly ship Zao as that Starlight Glimmer now.
Oh no! Now you're just
No.
Secretly loves her.
Oh jeez.
No,
Patrick,
I despise Starlight.
You just have a secret death wish that you just don't want to admit to.
I mean, dude, that's just normal for me, really.
Okay, there we go.
I'm willing.
Oh boy,
Remember,
we're gonna lose the only other mod that we're gonna lose my favorite mod. Please don't get rid of him. He does so
Your
much
favorite.
work.
Your
then someone can take his place.
Oh wow, Zalman moving his way up in the world kills Patrick to replace him.
I was about to say the same thing as well.
Gosh, it's the Cold War all over again, boys.
Isn't that what the mayor did to his dad?
What?
What's that?
Murdered him.
Well, that would explain how he got power.
Oh boy.
Ooh, it's getting dark,
we're all off on
boys.
this crazy conspiracy theory. Oh,
No
dear.
wonder why it
You mean
got
the
such.
Illuminati?
Everyone,
Da-da-da-da-da.
no wonder why it got where everyone just lost the rainbows because everyone no could forgive him.
Alright,
It was his fault.
here we go.
No,
Okay, there, it's done.
I mean, I will say this, everybody. There's probably a Illuminati moment here, or someone in this podcast that could show signs of the Illuminati.
no,
Notice,
I'm not saying that I surround myself in triangles before I go to sleep, but I do surround myself in triangular objects before I go to sleep.
well, I mean, it's someone who's green like a dollar bill,
Green like a
and
dollar bill, who has an eye in his profile pic, and doesn't use his real name on his Discord. Do. Oh
duh,
boy.
duh.
Okay, conspiracy theories aside, Azal, do you have any more thoughts, or are you ready to give a rating?
I might as well go straight to rating. I will give it A minus.
What?
Minus what? A
A minus.
kerfuffle?
Excuse me. We do a. The official scale is how many kerfluffles out of 10?
Well, I'm sorry, but my scoring is usually A, B, C, D, E, F.
Okay,
F.
so I'm gonna convert your A minus into a 9 out of 10 kerfuffles.
All right, whatever.
There we
Hey.
go. So what? We've got six kerfluffles and 9 kerfluffles.
that
Oh,
sounds
boy.
like
And a burp.
And a burp.
No problem.
I'm gonna have that burp qualifies for it. We can exchange it for a quarter kerfluffle.
No problem.
You can get the peg leg, but that's it.
Oh, jeez.
I'll take that peg leg.
Use it for my cosplay. Oh boy. Anyway, shoot. So that's Zeldin and Patrick. Anyone want to go next?
Who's next?
Well, I mean, it's Jack or Momo, and I'm gonna go last because I
Jack.
literally have to be here till the end.
Go, Jack. Jack.
I
Go.
volunteer you as tribute.
Okay then. Well, as far as wait a sec. Yeah. As far as what I thought of the episode slash movie slash whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I was a little disappointed though, as like, okay, so it started off really promising because the setup kind of made me think of like a child-friendly horror story, like you remember Courage the Cowardly
Because
Dog?
they're coming into this like sort of creepy sort of ghost town.
Yeah. It made me think that there was going to be some kind of scary but still child-friendly, curse
Yeah,
on the town.
and then when
And they
when it becomes daylight, instant depression.
Yeah, or something, even scarier but still child friendly.
Yeah.
Like I said, kind of like Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Mm-hmm.
But then it kind of, well, like I said, it disappointed me. It didn't go into a big child friendly horror story. It
Yeah,
kind Yeah.
the only scary thing that happened was just the two. I get. Well, did anything actually scary happen? The only thing I can think of is the two kids who liked Rainbow Dash meeting her for the first time scooted back like 20 feet in the matter of 3 seconds, and then hid behind the house. That's it.
no, you're forgetting about one.
Yeah, I'd say that's like a tiny bit creepy, but that's about it.
Pinky
forget
made a weird face. Pinky made the shoot.
When does Pinky not make a weird face?
You're also forgetting about the fact that the scene where they're falling down from the balloon after hitting the rainbow.
Oh yeah, that's true. That was scary. That rainbow was intimidating.
Yeah, but I'm talking about stuff that's more creepy and
Yeah, I feel like that would have been a very unique way to take it, because because we know from the actual MLP movie, they did have like some pretty dark tones at times, but this one was really lighthearted.
Yeah, you know what would have really, really been a good like made it creepy, but not so creepy that it's not child friendly anymore.
Yeah.
Make it so that they're pretty much like um since it had to do with depression or hopelessness or whatever,
Hmm.
what if it was pretty much like the inhabitants were pretty much like hopeless zombies, and instead of eating flesh, they by grabbing onto you, they drain happiness and
We're gonna get
whatever.
changelings all over again.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
they drain happiness, and it doesn't matter how much they get,
they
they're
can't be
not able to
satisfied. Yeah.
restore their color, and they
Hmm.
lumber around, and they sway around, like actual zombies.
Huh. That would have been a
Moan.
very different take on this for sure. But that would be real. That would be a very interesting idea that they could have done. I feel like though it's a bit too extreme, but like it would have been nice if not necessarily for a zombie thing, but if they acted more like an angry mob, like the entire town is become incredibly like not necessarily violent, but incredibly angry, aggressive and bitter. So like they hate people. I'm trying to think of a similar vibe to like just like going to shoot in an old like Lovecraft story. There's this person that goes to this town, and all of the people, all the inhabitants, are very like creepy and weird and bizarre, and they just don't
Um,
like new people, so they act always really aggressively towards the new people. So
Jado,
they
Yeah,
could try to figure
yeah, that
out
would be
what's taken away, all the colors and whatnot, while the people there are hounding them down.
Jado Zabi
yeah,
Mean says, "Your thinking is ghouls."
Your thinking is
yeah,
ghouls.
yeah, yeah. Let's have them. Let's have the town's ponies, be ghouls, and their yeah, but their depression and anxiety, or hopelessness
Aggressions,
ghouls.
hopelessness, yeah, frustration.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
and they
like the
pass
fact
on their what all that negativity and stuff to anything they're able to get a hold of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so yeah, that's actually again, this is a really interesting idea. It's very different from what we got, because what we got was just like, oh, hello. Like they were probably like the most average, just slightly more annoying than your average pony, but like that was it. The town people, they seemed pretty indifferent about losing their colors. Like they were upset, but like after like, a year or two they got used to it and like didn't even like phase them that much.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it would have been good if they went with a whole disease angle, because depression
Mm-hmm.
does, I mean, it can spread.
Yeah.
So, it
Well,
would have
and we
been a
had
good
a
idea if they
similar
went.
thing with 28 Pranks Later. Granted, it was a prank, but like the show has pulled off a similar scary tone, so it wouldn't be too out of character for the show staff to do something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, they could have done
Um,
it, but I think clearly you just weren't in the you just weren't in the meeting when they were having this discussion. So like yeah, I'm guessing that people probably didn't bring it up, or it just the show staff would have thought they would have had a hard time trying to make it kid friendly but also still interesting, so they just went a
yeah.
completely different direction, just probably because they were just tired and wanted to do something simpler.
hmm
also
let's see, what else did I like? I liked the mayor and darn it, what was her name?
I forgot her name too.
Everyone,
Yeah.
because we just called them the mayor, and the other person's just the hotel lady
Oh yeah, well, I
and the
think she's also the
librarian.
librarian.
Yeah, she's the
Petal.
librarian. She's the
Something
she
to do with flowers.
yeah, she does, she like runs like half of the jobs we know of that town she runs.
Okay, I'll just call her the hotel lady. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, I liked the whole thing with those two, and I thought I thought the proposal near the excuse me, I thought the proposal near the end was pretty sweet. Um,
I could just squee after that.
Yeah, it was sweet.
yeah.
I wonder if they got the idea from the fandom from so many proposals that have happened at conventions.
Shoot, I think someone mentioned that in the comments. Something about the BronyCon proposal. Let me go search for it real quick.
Well, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, there's loads. There's like
Right. So let's see. What else do I what else do I have to say? Oh yeah, the twins were pretty nice.
One of them are called Pickles.
Yeah. Also about the proposal thing.
Who names
so
their kid Pickles?
Transgamer quickly said, just think they did a proposal and just before BronyCon.
So, yeah. Yeah, and imagine if at BronyCon a proposal actually does end up happening.
If people cosplay as those two characters, like if they get on it really quick to make outfits, someone could do it. Internet.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. What else do I remember about that?
Do you remember that Starlight cameo at the beginning of the episode?
No.
It was about as much of a cameo as what it was, at the end of the movie.
Yeah, in the movie too. They literally like maybe 2-3 seconds of screen time, and then boom, back to irrelevance.
Actually, let's not talk about this episode. Let's talk about Starlight Glimmer. She's my favorite planet. I mean,
Patrick, stop. Cease and desist. Zaldin's preparing a lawsuit right now.
Yep, I'm writing it down now. I gotta write it down now.
Here, Zaldin, I'll help proofread it before we send it to the judge.
Okay.
The animation, just like the with the movie, I thought the animation was pretty good, and I think I don't know why, but one of the things that really stuck out to me is the fact that unlike the normal animation, the characters in with the movie animation have actual lips. I don't know why that sticks out to me, but it just or jumps out at me, but it just does.
Yeah, true. Well, I feel like it's also more emphasized because unlike the average show style, the special animation for like the both movies, because this is, I suppose, technically a movie because of the runtime, because they add way more shading to the characters. Like the ears have way more shading. Just overall, the character has a lot more shading. So I feel like you can just see when they're speaking, they actually have shading around the mouth, so it's not they're not like properly outlining the lips and whatnot, but because of the way because the shading is a lot more detailed, they look more like lips.
Yeah. To me, it looked like actual lips instead of just a line showing the border of a mouth.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Crap. What was? Oh, now I remember. Yeah. One thing I heard about this is that the plot. At least someone said this once. The plot is pretty much what what G3 could have been. Basically, it's like a G3 style plot, but done right.
Huh.
Well, Gen 4 is basically so far the best gen out of, well, in my opinion, of course, the best gen out of all of them. But then again, I shouldn't be talking because I never watched all the previous gens.
The top two are Gen 4 and Gen 1, as universally agreed.
Well, technically, Gen 2 doesn't even exist.
Actually, we can't deny that. Gen 2 actually happened, regardless if we don't like it or not.
No, I thought it was Gen 3 that everyone hated.
Only a timeline, because the generations aren't the shows.
Well, Generation 3 is so far everyone considered that the worst.
It's the most hated of all.
That's G3.5.
I think it's a mix.
G3 and G3.5 are really in the same category of bad.
Categories.
Oh,
you go to a pony con and say that.
Speaking of previous generation, one thing that I saw the uh wait a second. Um anyway, uh one of the things that I wait a second, I'm being interrupted. Wait one
Yeah,
more.
here, you can take your time. Shoot. So while Jack is going off, I just wanted to add something. Just because I remembered it. So in the opening scene, while they're continuing to stall for time, there's a joke where they have to get rid of Twilight's bag because it weighs too much. Yet, so the blimp goes
Wait,
up.
Um
Hmm?
was it
um
Rarity's bag or no? No, wait, actually, no, wait, hang
No,
on.
it
I
was
think Rarity did
Twilight's
carry the
bag. It
light.
was Twilight's bag that had a bunch of papers. They throw Twilight's bag out so that the blimp goes up. But then after they get rid of the bag, Rainbow Dash then gets in the blimp the hot air balloon after it starts going up. Therefore, that bag had to have been heavier than Rainbow Dash the pony.
yeah. Um sorry to
Yeah, you're
sorry.
fine. You can continue.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, one thing, speaking of past generations, one thing I noticed when out of morbid curiosity, I watched the opening special to the very first, generation of Rescue at Midnight Castle. Um, yeah, one thing I noticed that they did a little bit better was they had a couple of darker stuff in the original. Like there was like in the very first episode, since T-Rex was in there and he like did a he transformed ponies into slave dragon like slaves,
Mm-hmm.
so that technically counts as body horror. Yeah, there was actual
Well,
body
yeah, but
horror
again,
in
I
the.
think that, and this is something I think I had a debate, I think, with, well, not a debate, but like a conversation about this with Jessica Pedley earlier today, when we were talking about, because older cartoons got away with, like Pokemon got away with some really crazy ideas in
Oh yeah,
the first generation by having things like crosses, hexagrams, no, pentagrams, and like actual explosives, like just a straight up bomb. So like, and with
Yeah,
that is during that time it was just more acceptable. Like cartoons were more violent, and they're swinging to be more violent these days. But like they're swinging back. So there was, for whatever reason, there was just a period of time where parents had a higher standard, quote unquote, of
oh
what
yes,
kids could see, but now we're swinging back to it. So I feel like what's restricting a lot of people from making shows like MLP a bit darker themed is the fact that
it's because
like
it's too fair.
we're humans are still swinging back into accepting that certain kids can handle tougher themes.
Yeah,
We're
and
still on
and here's the
the
thing.
we're still getting back to that.
Yeah, here's the thing though. People executives, as far as determining what's acceptable to show kid audiences,
Mm-hmm.
the only reason why they went all
Soft.
wimpy on us when it comes to dark themes is because a small amount of people made their voices
Yeah, yeah.
loud.
There's a
That
vocal minorities can be really annoying
yeah.
at times when
exactly.
it comes to, like, it's a small group of people, but because they're complaining so much, they get overheard over the majority of people in cases
See,
where it's not
Exactly.
important.
I want to say something. I can see where you're all coming from, but here's my point on this thing.
Hmm.
I think MLP is dark enough for what it
Well,
is.
yeah, and there's the fact that
But it
it's the show
understands.
started soft, so it's not like it wouldn't make sense for it to immediately become darker themed. So like shows when in their early stages really have to pronounce what theme they're going for, and a lot of shows like cartoons like MLP, they'll get more serious and darker as time goes on because they want to grow up with the audience. But shows like Pokemon, where Ash Ketchum never grows up, that has a set demographic that they're never trying to like. So they will only go so dark with Ash Ketchum because that demographic's not changing. It's the same age.
Kinda.
MLP is
Um,
the reason why the specials aren't dark is you gotta think about MLP's audience.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, we always keep thinking, oh, it's just adult bronies, it's adult bronies. No, I see
But there's still a lot of
fans
kids that
all the
watch it.
time who are 3 years old, 4 years old, sometimes even younger than that. And they also watch the show and they watch these specials as well. I don't mind the specials not being overly dark or not overly threatening if they're entertaining.
Mhm.
And is it?
yeah,
Is,
I know.
is it? Yes.
I'm not saying it's a. I'm not saying it's a bad thing that it's not dark enough. I'm just saying that as far as like switching things up every now and then, it can, go at least one shade darker and be able to
A
still
step
be good.
further, yeah.
I think that's
Yeah,
what we're going to get from the
like
finale and not this special.
Mm-hmm.
I think
what
we'll
like I said with what, huh?
I think we'll get that more from the finale. And if this tried to be like a big dark kind of thing, it'll take away from what season 9 is going to try and be. Like I think season 9, the finale is going to be trying to be big, spectacular, or some sort of dark, bit more darker. And if
What about
this,
both?
I
Well,
think
yeah.
I think it's going to be. I think it's only going. I think it's going to be like as far as darkness, it's going to be a tiny bit, but it's mostly going to be epic. Think Avengers Endgame. That was more epic than dark.
Yeah.
it
But
could be
even then, it still had some really sad points. So I think what
Yeah,
but I think like it's really late in the game for MLP to switch up the level of darkness, quote unquote, of like how deep or serious they're gonna get. It's pretty late in the game for them to change it. So I think with the ending, they're probably not. It probably won't be Faceline too dark, but it'd probably be sad because not because it's scary or anything, but just because of it being over. So I feel like the biggest impact from the finale is just the realization that it's over and that it's ended.
yeah. I think I think that when they get to G5, which is already confirmed,
Mm-hmm.
um, I think when they get to G5, I think they would be able to get away with making it like almost, but not quite as dark
Yeah.
as Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah.
Like not,
But
yeah,
and I think with that is that I think from what I heard it's supposed to be more about it's supposed to be more continuous adventure story. So I'm gonna hope that they expand their so like from the get go they have a slightly not hugely older but like a slightly older demographic that they're shooting for, so that they can really make better adventures and better continuous storylines, and they're able to touch on the points that they want to touch on.
yeah. Up the darkness level to like 0.6 level of Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yeah,
I'm using it
or
as a
just
bar,
just
but yeah.
take it a few steps further than, or potentially if there was any ideas that were like rejected. I know from season 1, Luna was supposed to be included a lot more, but it was seen as too dark and scary. So if they could take
Yeah.
if they could take like some of the old ideas that Lauren Faust wanted to push forward, but they never accepted, like I don't. Is it confirmed if Lauren Faust has any connections with the new gen?
No. But the one thing I do want to, there's two things actually I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
One, what if I think they might use this animation style for G5.
I would be totally fine with that, assuming they just
that would be amazing.
if
Actually,
they change up the character design a bit because they look a bit on the new designs look a bit sleeker, and I'm actually pretty happy with the newer designs.
Two, I think the animation style they have and the animation style here doesn't really fit dark themes, and I can explain. MLP has done dark stuff in the past. We have Twilight crying over Celestia after watching her and her and Luna fight in season 4 premiere. We have Celestia being struck down in the season 2 finale. We have Tyrick destroying everything in season 5
and destroyed the iconic library.
Yeah, exactly. Do I even need to draw on? There's-
Actually, to add
it's-
on to sorry, what?
Patrick?
Anyway,
Okay, he's still alive. Yeah, but Jack, go ahead.
yeah, actually, to add on to that, what makes me think that they would the writers now could probably get away with something just as dark as Gertrude Helly Dog are the two most recent major instances of dark imagery that they had. One is fake Twilight, melting and looking all decayed and stuff before she dies through the Tree of Harmony,
Hot.
and
Stop.
and two Sombra's most recent,
Yeah,
the imagery
Zombra being
used for Sombra's most
obliterated.
recent death. The imagery there is pretty is pretty dark looking. So if they can put that there, they can put some other stuff.
Yeah. And to go off of what you said, Patrick, yeah, I get the current designs because I think the current designs for like the main six, for example, they're not to be like mean or anything, but they're like they're like fat, cute little animals. While the newer designs are actually a lot sleeker and like thinner models. So I feel like the newer models that for the concept ideas that they've released or got leaked, those look a lot more like I could see them being able to get away with a lot more darker
Horse-like.
tones because they look the designs themselves look less playful and more like they look more mature in a way.
They look like horses. They do.
Oh, we're not
Um,
horsing around here, Momo. We're trying to.
Stop.
No.
So they look-
we derailed a lot. Jack, do you have any final thoughts on the special?
Well, I thought it was good. Not anything mind blowing, but hey, if someone invited me over and that was one of the things we were going to watch, I wouldn't say no.
Okay.
Yeah. As far as a rating, I don't know. I guess I would give it like an 8 to 8.5 out of 10. Somewhere
So
in
yeah,
that
okay,
range.
let's say 8 kerfuffles out of 10. All right. So
Sure.
yeah, okay. So Momo, you're up.
What about Starlight Glimmer? Isn't she gonna talk?
No, no.
Oh boy. Funny you mentioned it,
One sec.
Patrick. Oh, okay. Momo needs a moment.
Had to change to, not holding down a button for 10 years. Jesus, that would hurt.
What? I'm so confused.
Never mind.
So-
Push to talk.
Push
Oh, yeah,
it.
push to
Okay, but so Momo, do you have anything you want to add?
Well, I just bought it.
What?
It's very refreshing.
Okay, there we go.
Because it's so much different from what we normally see with films and the episodes, all cute and cuddly. But we got this cute and cuddly style, and it's just refreshing for me, for someone that doesn't watch it all off. And also, it was a different tone in a way. It had I don't know what the hell I want about it. It's a good thing. I like it. Designs are cute. Kerfuffle Bay. I'll give it an 8.
Kerfuffle is best aunt ever. Hello, explain. Oh boy.
I think
I'm just here for the meme.
You're just here for the memes. Our casual
meme.
meme lovers.
Yeah, man.
Oh boy. All right. So you said 8 out of 10 kerfuffles.
Yes, I think it
Okay,
deserves
so
a
we have
good
8 out of. Let me get a calculator real quick to add these up in a line. So we've got.
No, you did the
So
couple
we
later.
got 8 plus
couple
8 plus. Yeah. I'm adding what we have currently. Then I'm gonna give mine, and then I'll give y'all the median.
Y'all.
Kerfuffles, though. It doesn't add the kerfuffle to it.
I'm adding.
you mean an
I'm doing the maths right now of the kerfuffles that we are at. Oh boy. Shoot. So I got the 8, and then the 5. So I have Momo's and Zell's, I believe. Patrick, you said what'd you say again?
A 6.
5?
I think.
What?
Was it a 5 or a 6?
6. Also, I
Okay,
just
so let me add 1 for that. Alright,
I
and
just
then
realized.
Jack, your rating was 8 as well. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, in that range, 8 to 8.5.
Wait, and then Zelda, what was your rating again? So I think I'm missing points.
Oh, well, I mean, originally I was doing A minus, but you wanted to do
Oh yeah, I
the.
converted it. Yes, that's why I couldn't remember it. So yeah, it'd be +9. All right, there we go. We're at a pretty high level of kerfuffles. We're at 31 kerfuffles out of.
I was gonna
40.
say, then you're gonna divide it by the number of people
Yeah.
here.
So I'm gonna give. So I'm the last person up, and let's hope that I can actually finish and before someone else joins, or else I'll have to do more work.
One thing, Laser, I just noticed.
Yeah.
The main mare pony is you, and the main female pony, the one who works everywhere, is Mirror.
What?
And you-
I'm confused. What?
Oh,
Oh,
he's basically making a comparison
He's
to
making
you
an
as
analogy
the
between
mayor.
me, the mayor, and Mirror.
Also,
And
that was cute.
As oh wait, yeah,
Very
and
cute.
Trans Gamer I think said her name. It was Petunia Petals. Was that? I think that might have been her name.
Yes, I knew it was a flower.
There we go.
Well, either way,
Yeah, so let's see. Final thoughts. Again, opening was really dragged out, but it was nice to see a different song. There was only 3 songs in this. There's the opening song, the song that talks about how everyone got depression and what life was before depression.
Damn, that's like really secretly deep.
and then the final song was, "Hey, we're not depressed anymore."
Yeah,
Let's
I
see.
have electroshock therapy.
Yeah.
Woo!
Let's see. They just the fashion pony with the disability was really nice. The kerfuffle that everyone loves, everyone's favorite kerfuffle. The rainbow sign made no sense because when they hit it with the air balloon, it's like in the stratosphere because it was in the clouds. But when they repair it, it's like not even close to the clouds. So I have no idea how they managed that. But anyway, the animation was really nice, but it seemed like the animation to me it didn't fit the pacing of the episode because in the film there was a lot of movement to go with the animation, while here all of the characters' movements seemed really slowed down. So it seems like we have movie quality animation, but it's just to fit over top of this very average like episode plot line.
Yeah, I can see that.
So to me, it felt kind of weird watching because it's like I'm seeing a movie, but I'm feeling an episode. So yeah, that was a bit weird, and it just sort of, I don't know, it just sort of felt funny because like when watching it, I could imagine how they'd animate it with DHX's assets instead of the movie assets, and it would feel to me it'd feel better because it would feel like the episode that I'm experiencing that looks like a movie. So yeah, that was just like the animation's great. I expected, like what Jack said, I expected something different because I'm seeing really high quality, but the story was pretty average. The magic machine was just it just makes pretty colors for whatever reason. So it's kind of odd to think like their little magic machine, like it's just a very minor plot device. It's just there because the guy thinks he messed up. That's all it serves, and we see the mayor a fair bit, but I don't know if it's quite enough to really justify like his depression is only his sense of failure is really only well established through one song and a few appearances, but we don't ever really keep up with the mayor because he literally like enters the scene and then leaves the scene within a minute or two.
Much like the Irish leprechauns they're based off.
Oh boy. But yeah, the character designs were actually really good for the characters that mattered. As mentioned earlier, all of the background characters are reused assets. There's literally a meme that I found that Patrick sent me.
A shiny Big
blue Mac. Like it's just
yeah.
it's such a blatant Big Mac recolor. Like the only other Big Mac recolor was the OG MLP intro where they had, Big Mac with brown hair and like yellow fur. And that was just interesting.
Really?
You don't remember that?
I didn't see that.
It's in the
No, I don't.
no, like all of the first season of My Little Pony has, instead of Big Mac pulling the cart, it's a Big Mac recolor. It's hilarious.
Wow, I thought it was Big Mac the whole time. Wow,
No.
huh?
Yeah, so just go back to the first intro for MLP. It's crazy, but yeah. So the music was fun, but really it was all right. The characters were okay. Kerfluffle's really fun. And Petunia was great. The mayor was pretty good too. The little kids I don't really understand because they never truly established how people know about them, how they know about Rainbow Dash and the main six, and they don't.
Magic.
Yeah, and
No. Their notoriety for being heroes is finally doing something.
yeah, after saving a yeah, you know what? Yeah, that's a fair. But I guess what makes it odd is that it took them like they had to save the world like 7 times before they get recognized. But yeah, so I feel like because the shows never properly, not until very late in the series properly show how saving the world has actually made them, you know, universal heroes. Like it took it their fame takes way too long to finally pop up. So I guess maybe that was just a little upset. And then the two kids were okay, but they kept I had a hard time understanding their struggle because they just kept purposely hitting each other, and then they're like, "Oh no, what happened? How do we?"
One is called Pickles. That's obviously the
Yeah.
problem.
So like the
I mean, they're
characters were
kids, they're
fun, but
meant
a
to
lot of
get
them seemed
better.
very underdeveloped. The work lady is just she's the support hero that no one says thank you to during Overwatch games. That's literally her role. She fixes everything and then doesn't get thanked. She's the thankless hero. And the little kids they're just overactive fans and they're just really there. And we don't even see them practice. We just hear they practice with Rainbow Dash. So there's quite a few times of telling in the episode than actually showing people go through the
Yeah.
motions about what's going on. We just hear people like and then there was the people that moved from shoot, was it Canterlot or Manhattan, one of the two?
Manhattan.
So they moved from Manhattan, and all we only know this because it's just told to us. They tell us they're from Manhattan. They tell us that they're people are bothering them again. They don't really. There wasn't a lot of showing about being lonely in the streets or whatnot. It was a lot. There was a lot of the story that was brought to us through telling, despite having an hour to develop these characters.
That's true.
Yeah, so like
One thing is-
overall, it's a really fun episode, but it's pretty easy. Well, special, but it's pretty easy to see that there's a lot of things that could have been improved on. They just didn't do it, and I don't really blame them either because this is they're introducing quite a few characters and probably one of their most unique plot lines, I would think. So I feel like an hour was a lot of time to work with, but even then, they just had a hard time utilizing it.
Can I ask you
Yeah.
a question?
Yeah.
Do you think this is
No.
better than the Christmas special we had 2 years ago?
That was fluff. That was like almost entirely. I think this one was more impactful.
Yeah.
I mean, impact.
I
Yeah.
disagree because of two reasons. One, I remember the Christmas songs, where I don't think I'm going to remember the songs from this film.
I don't remember the
Songs don't
either.
matter.
I don't know any of the songs.
Songs don't matter, my dudes.
Yeah.
Songs do matter.
I know
But
more
It's
lyrics.
not a musical
I
or
know
a Disney
more-
film.
I know more lyrics to the first Equestria Girls song, where in the cafeteria, than I know the lyrics to any of these MLP songs, except "Smile." That's it.
Oof.
Yeah, so like, the Christmas episode was really fun and enjoyable, but just because you could remember stuff from it, it's like the first Equestria Girls song. Everyone remembered the one song not because it's good, but because it's catchy. That's the thing. It's really good fluff.
Yeah.
So,
Mhm.
and the songs in this were pretty good, but like the first one is just straight up fluff, just to have a different intro. The second one is just to establish is just a big lore bomb to get the fans invested and explain what's going on. And the last one's just the average pop song to end it.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, a lot of movies ends with pop songs and
Yeah.
dance.
yeah, and but that's just to bring the energy back up to say, it's over, we did it, which is usually a pretty fun conclusion. But again, it's nothing huge or special. So, and with the Christmas special, it was every person, like in this one, each character, each of the main six had their own little problem to solve. But in the Christmas special, they had their own individual, like they had their own individual problems to solve, but none of them were as important as in this special. This special was greatly more important to solve than
I
just a
disagree.
silly Christmas party.
Yeah, but the thing is, they were able to fail in the first one. Their failure was funny, and it was made out to be enjoyable, and it
Yeah, so I
ended on
think
a
that
somber
I
note.
think the episode's more enjoyable, but I think this special adds more to the characters. And has more world building. I know a lot of people like the reindeer, which was a fun addition, but like
This one has Discord. Your argument.
well, it does have John Delancey. Therefore, in the name of KP, it is a superior. Sorry,
Uh,
I forgot.
Corner now.
Just, I'm already in the corner. I always hold streams in the corner. Just,
I have a box.
You should like the previous one, because that one doesn't have Starlight. This one does.
oh my god! It all comes down to Starlight. At the end of the day. Oh man. Anyway, but yeah.
I've never buyed Starlight,
Yeah.
like my 10 million Starlight Damakus and post them to Zal's house one day after the other, and just see what happens.
All right then. Well, I think that's about it. So I'm gonna say like a 7 kerfuffles out of 10 kerfuffles because it was enjoyable. It was enjoyable and fun to watch. It's hard to say what is more rewatchable, this or like the Christmas special. I think the movie has the best rewatchability out of the 3 little specials that MLP has done.
That's not really fair.
Yeah, because it's a movie. But even then, but the animation for this was great and all. It was pretty slow paced at times, and some of the, and just like they spent too much time moving and not enough time developing characters. So there's just poor management
Suicide
of
Squad.
time. Stop. So there was poor management of time, but it was still enjoyable, and I would be happy to rewatch it. But I feel like there's other episodes, like proper MLP episodes that I think are done better. But
Yeah, I can see that.
So overall, that brings us to 38 kerfluffles out of 10 kerfluffles. So I'm gonna divide that by 5. So we're gonna get an average of 7.6 kerfluffles out of 10 kerfluffles. That is the
You
So
may
that's
round that up.
A C plus.
You can't get a 0.68 of kerfuffle.
Yes, you can. You just take off her leg, and that's the 0.6.
Oh,
I
jeez.
was gonna say, in laws of maths, you would have to round that up. So
In the
technically,
laws,
it's
okay,
8
fine.
kerfuffles.
For kerfluffle's sake, we'll round up to 8 out of 10 kerfluffles. For the sake of kerfluffle. And Dark Fleur literally said kerfluffles ? He joined too late to get the joke. But yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today. So any last remarks, please?
Nope.
Music is not important.
It's,
It's not a Disney film.
Trans Gamer wants to add 10 kerfluffles, so that's going to change the equation. So let's just say 18 kerfluffles and leave it at that. 18 kerfluffles.
All right.
Can I confirm that kerfuffle's now my new waifu? I've already married her.
No one
living
else
with-
can be
I don't
shipped
think
with
she wants to be
kerfluffle.
with you, Clayman.
Ooh.
Oh.
All right. Well, now that we
But that's why she wants to be with me.
We don't know that she's a fake character. Okay, let's end this before I have to beat
stop. Let him have his dream, okay? Anyway, so yeah, I think it's gonna conclude the stream for today. Does anyone want to
Also, can
say
you
bye
confirm yours
in
now,
sync,
X?
or are we just gonna, just scream into the microphone?
Wait, can we
Try to say bye in sync.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
You guys ready? 3,
Ready.
Yeah.
2, 1, bye.
Bye. You all smell